So, Sergio and Valeria, just want to remind you the dynamic is very simple. You don't have to overthink the answers. It doesn't matter who answers first or second. Um, just it's not like a competition, and there's no right or wrong answers. Really, it's just a silly game. The first question is: if you could buy a billboard, what would you write on it? What would you publish on it?
Oh, that's
Uh,
very broad.
like I love you.
Oh,
Ah, that's so sweet. If we're talking very broad, I
huh?
think I'll, since it's so big, I
Yeah.
think I'll put like our timeline. That would be really cute.
Our timeline.
Yeah, like when we first met, and we could even put like a picture, and then as it progressed, and then like at the end, there's like a little chapel, and then our date. That'd be
Oh,
so cute.
yes. That also makes me think that you must have been good in school.
I'm a
Okay.
teacher, so
Oh, there you
you know.
go. Right, that's true. Yeah, because that's a concept. Like that's a school concept. Like
Yeah.
write a timeline about.
Like a timeline, very chronological.
Yes. No, it's great. All right. Next one. I like that. I like those answers, by the way. Since I've been also a teacher, the timeline seems very creative as well, and like,
Right?
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
then everybody could see it. So it's like, oh, it gives me an idea to create like a little sign for our wedding. I've
yeah.
been like DIYing a lot of stuff.
Oh,
So, yeah.
I love that. That's the thing about weddings, that it's yours. It's unique, and like even if you, I don't know, like I've never seen one wedding two times. You see what I'm saying? Like
Right.
even if you have the same planner or coordinator,
It
it's
still is different.
Different.
very
Yeah.
much so. Yes.
Different
Or
vibe.
right. Or the
Yeah.
same wedding official. It is. It is really.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So the next one, I like this question, by the way. So what
Ooh,
song makes you think of your partner when you hear it?
what song? Mine was from Mana.
Oh,
It's Mana and somebody else, Luis. I can't forget. I always forget his name. But it's called Bendita la Luz. It's
oh,
such a beautiful song.
it is. It
Hasta
is.
la raíz.
Hasta la raíz.
Yeah.
By Natalia
La Furcade.
Lafourcade.
Oh,
That's what it was.
yes. I should have known that. Oh, you want to elaborate? Bendita Toulouse is it's a very, I think it's a very profound
Yeah.
song.
Hmm.
I just love the lyrics, and I feel like, yeah, like the way, I guess, you came in to my life.
Oh.
Yes.
And what about the Hasta la Raíz?
It's been a while that I haven't heard it. Like very, like bright. You know, puts me in a good mood. Like to start the day.
Oh, and you think of her. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's awesome. That's sweet. All right.
Mhm.
So, um, what is the best advice you've received and the worst advice? All
Best,
right. I want to
That's the
hear
reaction.
that.
the best advice from each other that we've received.
No,
Or
it
just
could
like
be
overall.
your parents or
Oh,
somebody,
the
like,
best advice.
and the worst advice. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Um,
there's so many.
I guess the best advice. Just like do what makes you happy.
Okay.
You know, the
Yep.
worst advice.
And who gave it? Who gave you that advice, or where did you read that advice? Did you read it somewhere, or?
Someone had to tell me that. I'm trying to remember the worst advice. if it was a bad advice, I probably didn't pay attention to it, so I cannot remember.
Okay.
I can't really think of someone telling me something that was bad advice and I stuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
I
I'll,
can't really.
I'll tell you my worst advice. When I was about to graduate high school, I told my dad. But I come from a working family. Yeah, like okay. So we didn't have a computer at home, but I thought that computers. This was mid 1990s, right? No, 1997. All right. So yeah, now you know my age. So I told my dad I wanted to go to college for information technologies, and this is my dad's advice. Yeah, I mean, mind you, you give advice based on your experiences, right, on your life, and so my dad told me not to study that because computers were a fad and they were gonna disappear.
Oh,
So that's really, to me, it's the best, like, worst advice I've ever received. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like,
and
what
and
bad
I think
advice.
my dad meant well, you see,
Yeah.
but I mean, and I followed it. So I was like,
Oh, really?
yes, like I wish I would have, but I thought he knew better than me, right? Because he's my dad and he wants me to be successful. Like, all of those things are true. It's just that my dad was not in a field where he could see, yeah, technologies are constantly, technology, I'm sorry, it's constantly improving, da da da. So that, to me,
Mhm.
that's the worst advice. But I'm sorry, this is not about me. So but I was just, I just wanted to share with you, like,
An example or
exactly,
yeah.
because it was so bad.
Yeah.
I remember it to this day.
I know for me, a good advice that I was given was like everything has its time,
Oh yes.
you know? You don't just because
Oh,
somebody is in a place that you're not in, everything has its time.
I think
yeah. I
that's
think Giselle told me one time. Um, I think what did she tell me when I was in school? Like, doesn't matter how long it takes you, as long as you finish. Is what she told me.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah,
That's a good advice too. Yeah.
yeah. Because I started school
Mm-hmm.
studying astronomy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then towards the end, when I was gonna transfer to a university, um, like I started looking, what sort of jobs like I could get, and
Mm-hmm.
most of them were just being a professor, and that wasn't much what I wanted to do. So then
Mm-hmm.
I switched uh
Career
my major to engineering,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like my counselor told me, like, you're basically gonna start over again because you took all these classes and now you're gonna have to take all these new classes, so you can't transfer to university yet until you have these. So I restarted school,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's what Giselle told me. Like, doesn't matter how long it takes you as long as you finish.
That's great advice.
Yeah. So, but as bad advice, like I said, if someone tells me some bad advice, like, in and out, and I don't
Good
really
for
pay
you.
attention.
yeah. I
So,
don't think I have like a bad advice.
or at least I don't like surround myself with people who give me bad advice.
That is great.
So,
You've been
yeah,
very lucky.
Yeah.
You've been very lucky. Yes.
I believe like everything happens for a reason,
I agree.
like even the bad things. So,
It's just a learning curve.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Great investment. I'm sorry. Go
yeah,
ahead, Valeria.
Yeah. Uh, I guess like a good advice that I was given, like I said earlier, kind of just um I know my mom said it to me and it said todo tiene su tiempo.
Yes.
So, yeah, like everything like he said, like everything just kind of falls into place.
When it
Just
should. Yes. When it
yeah.
should. Yes, and you don't remember the bad. Like like
I'm bad with bad.
no, that's
Yeah.
great. That's great.
Yeah.
Like like don't hold on to it.
To the
Um,
bad stuff. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
that's a very good way to go through life.
Yeah.
It happens for a reason. Everything has its time. I love
Mhm.
it. It's kind of like even in that, I think that you're very compatible. Like,
Very connected.
and especially because honestly, you're the first couple that cannot remember bad advice. You guys are very lucky that you've not encountered bad advice. That alrighty, let's go to a more fun one. Um, if the world was ending in the next 24 hours, I don't know, is that fun? It is fun. Let's think about this. Um, what would be the last thing you would want to do with these last 24 hours? I don't know if you've ever seen like a zombie movie and you start thinking, okay, what if?
I mean, probably go see like our families, and then like the last few hours just I guess spend together and die together. So
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Just spending the time together, seeing our families, even gathering our families together, and then
yeah.
just spending it together as a family.
mhm.
Yeah.
I like it. Next one is how, if you were to talk about your partner with someone who's never met them, they say you describe, um, tell me about your future spouse. How would you describe her or him?
I would
Um,
say that he at first is very quiet, but then once you start getting to know him, he's just a funny guy. Yeah. He just makes the room laugh, and he has like the funniest stories. So, so yeah.
I will say, she's elementary teacher, smart, pretty, funny, um, quiet at first too, and then once you get to know her, it's she's a fun person. Um, yeah.
So the next one is, what fictional couple you think that you are the most like?
For some reason, I just thought of Twilight.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Twilight.
Yeah, Twilight, Bella, and Edward.
Okay, Bella and Edward. Okay.
And Edward. Yeah, I just like,
Okay.
I don't know why it came to mind. It's just like Bella and Edward.
Um,
It's like a teenage,
Yeah,
right?
it's like a teenage type of movie.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
saw it
yeah.
like when it first came out, and
Yeah.
everybody was just so excited about it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
man, I can't really. I'm trying to think of every show, every movie that I've
Yes.
seen
Mm-hmm.
that had a couple.
Maybe you'll have your own reality TV. Like it will be your own, or like, do you think that you will have like a home improvement show? Many couples have
Oh, yeah.
that, or
Oh,
Uh,
Chip and Joanne.
oh,
I
it
love them.
is.
I feel like we're kind of like Chip and Joanne in a way.
uh,
Well, I
Maybe a
think
little bit laid back.
you are right. Now that
I'm
I
like a little bit laid back, but yeah.
what? I'm trying to think of a new show that we watched. Can't really think of a show and said, "Oh, that's us."
yeah.
Um, no, I mean, I guess we can go with Twilight.
Right,
Twilight.
sounds good. It's just a silly question. So, but if you change your mind, I mean, eventually you can send me an email. Just,
Yeah.
um, all right. So the next one is, what is one thing you learned this year that you wish you knew 10 years ago?
One thing I learned this year that
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've always been the same person.
Mm-hmm.
I guess for me, since I did started my teaching career,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, I mean, it's okay to, for me at least, while teaching, I noticed, or I guess I learned that it was okay to like make mistakes. It's just learning how to come back into it. Because I know I've been kind of hard on myself. Like if something doesn't go right, I'm like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
well, you need to just like step back and like reflect and then come back to it, you know? So I feel like something like that for
Like
me.
maybe uh, be more patient with yourself, or be more,
Right,
um, or treat yourself the way you treat your students. Like
right.
I'm pretty sure you're very patient and kind, and
Hmm.
sometimes we're we treat other people better than ourselves.
Right. And I
And
feel like we're our worst critics too.
yes.
So
Mhm.
I think that's the thing as well.
Yes.
Like in my field of work,
Mm-hmm.
like like I said very very early on, like I was like I want to do astronomy. I like the
Hmm.
stars, planets, and all that. And then I quickly just realized that I just liked it as a hobby, not
Yes.
as just something I wanted to do, like be forced to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say like my field of work, like engineering.
Mm-hmm.
If I guess if I would have known how
Mm-hmm.
it would be, because
Right.
when you tell someone engineering, like oh you gotta go to school and math and all that stuff, and
It's,
it's not all that. It's really fun. Um, so I think I would say that like if 10 years ago
mm-hmm.
I would have known like that I wanted to do engineering, um, I guess
Got it.
early on like study that.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? This is because my next question kind of goes that way. So, what is something that you learned the hard way, in your life?
Uh, you gotta earn everything. Yeah, you have to earn everything.
Yes, I
Nothing
think
nothing is given to you.
that's been the
Yeah,
main one.
yeah.
Yeah.
No
Same
one's
for
gonna.
you, Valeria?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta earn everything. Like no one's gonna come knock on your door and hand you stuff.
Yeah.
So
Nobody's gonna be there, just holding your hand the whole way.
Mhm.
I mean, you'll have mentors and stuff, but it's up to you how your outcome or your goal is going to be like.
Yeah, I thought of something that I wish I learned 10 years ago. I wish I knew about the stock market, and I wish I knew that NVIDIA, have you heard of that stock? Yeah, yeah. That NVIDIA was gonna like blow up so big because I would
you
have
know what?
invested like a
That is
lot.
a good thing. Yeah, like crypto. If I would have known
Oh,
about crypto back then
yes.
in 2014, like
Yeah.
like, because I got into crypto like 2 years ago, and like the stocks and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, especially like during COVID.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
like and then now like again like the
Yeah.
Nvidia and all everything kind of blowing up. Like if 10 years ago I would have known like yeah.
Right. No, yeah, I get it. Yeah, yeah, like
I
that would
didn't
have
think
been,
yeah I didn't think about that. Like if I would have known like all all of this like the
you will be a
crypto and
millionaire by
stocks.
now. You will have your island.
Yes.
I know, I know. All right, I have a last one. But I just want to say I've enjoyed your questions. I'm sorry, your answers, and I can see how very aligned you guys are, about your vision, your life experience. Do you think that this is not part of the little cards, by the way, but do you think that's based on how much um you've shared together at this point, or do you think that um go ahead?
I think so. I mean, we've known each other for 8 years now, so
Yeah.
I feel like we and our families are very similar in their beliefs and stuff. So, and how we grew up as well. So, I think, yeah, that kind of just really binds us
Hmm.
together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And by the way, I noticed that since the first time I met you guys, like but it's nice to hear your answers and kind of like, seeing it so clearly. You're like, all right. So the last one is, no, let me give you two more. All right. So the next one is, what does love mean to you?
I was thinking about that. I'm like, because love is very broad.
Mm-hmm.
It can mean anything. Um, I guess. Um,
I would say like peace of mind. You know, very relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's that's what I would think. Like love, like you have that person that you everything kind of goes away and you you're at peace.
Certainty.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like it's unconditional. Um, you could go to that person for anything. So
Security,
security, yeah.
Yeah.
reliability. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. So the next one and last one is, what is the sexiest non sexual thing that your partner does? It's not, it's like it's something that probably nobody else will find sexy, but you just for some reason you're like, ooh,
Uh,
I love this.
I would say that she's independent. You know,
Hmm.
I would think that's sexy. So
uh, I guess his laugh. For me, I don't know. I was very captivated by his laugh. Yeah.
That's sweet. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
No, it's not. It's this is not profound. It's just like
Yeah.
just to get to know you guys better and just to have a laugh and then I have something more substantial to share with in the wedding script.
hmm
Yeah.
Because again, like we pick up a lot from
Yeah.
conversations, right? And I did when I first met you guys, I did pick up on your I think in like what am I trying to say? You've been together through your own journey as individuals,
Mhm.
where you're taking um like you're on that transition from into adulthood basically
Yeah.
together, and then you've been together through life altering decisions, and then you've been like I remember Sergio saying, like um we used to ride the what is it, the dart, right? Or
Yeah.
and so like we've been through a lot.
Yeah.
We've been together like, yeah, when we didn't have a car,
That's true.
and you've made progress together,
Yeah.
hmm
and and that accounts for like a lot, because in 8 years people can change a lot.
Mhm.
You grow as individuals, like
Yeah.
you're still getting to know
Mhm.
yourselves, and you've been together and you've been steady and you've supported each other and believed in each other.
Yeah.
hmm
I think that is like the sexiest thing, like seeing you progress from where we first started up to like now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your loyalty,
Oh,
your caring. Yeah. That's true.
I love that. Yes, I love that. I love that. Well, thank you very much for meeting with me. That's pretty much
Yeah.
it for today. I'll reach out to you so that we can schedule the last one. Since you already told me about the which script you chose, I'll start